Breaking news, everyone. Chevy Camaro might be coming back, and it may come back as an electric vehicle, and it will bring V8 engine, Cadillac and Buick to the fight. Welcome back, everyone. This is Armen Harian from turknews.com, and we have a very interesting news that will make Chevy Camaro enthusiasts very happy. But before you say, Armen, we've heard this before, that Camaro is coming back. Listen, this time the evidence is stacking up in a way that is hard to ignore. We're talking supplier sources, platform sharing, factory capacity math, and 2027 timeline that is starting to look real. So let's break this down because the story here is bigger than just one car. So there is a leak, and that started everything. Here's where things get interesting. According to a supplier source that spoke to Automotive News, that's the source, the next generation Cadillac CT5, which is expected to enter production in 2027, is going to share its platform with two other vehicles. One of them is the Chevrolet Camaro. The other is an as yet unnamed Buick four-door sedan. Now, the platform they are talking about is a version of the GM Alpha architecture. If that name sounds familiar, it should actually. Alpha debuted in 2013 under the Cadillac ATS, spread to the CTS in 2014, and made its way to Chevrolet Camaro in 2016. And even though the platform is more than a decade old at this point, it is still one of the best handling rear-wheel drive architectures in the American market. Light, stiff, and absolutely fantastic in V-Series Blackwing form. So this is not some cobbled together platform. This is the real deal. If that source is telling the truth, right now there is every reason to believe they are. 2027 debut for the Camaro is very likely. And folks, that would be the second time Chevrolet has brought this muscle car back from the dead. The Camaro was introduced in 1967 to go door to door with the Ford Mustang. It ran 4 generations before getting discontinued in 2002 due to slow sales. It came back strong for the 2010 model year, ran 2 more generations, and then got cut again in 2024. So the Camaro dying and coming back is basically its brand identity at this point. Now, why this is right time right now? Here's the thing. When Chevrolet ended the Camaro back in 2023, the automaker was very careful to say it was, quote, not the end of Camaro's story, not the end. And back then it was in what now feels like a completely different automotive universe. Speculation about a Camaro revival was focused almost entirely on an EV crossover. This is why I said that Camaro may be coming back as an EV crossover. Something not unlike the Mustang Mach-E or move that honestly would have made longtime Camaro fans absolutely furious, but it still may because so many things have changed. Look at Torque News' story about why it can come back as an EV crossover. But here is what changed. The EV wave that seemed so inevitable in 2022-2023 has slowed considerably. Automakers are recalibrating, and without the same kind of emissions pressures in the current regulatory environment, there is real space for a new generation of V8 powered performance cars to breathe again. So it can be EV or V8. So what does that mean for a new Camaro? According to the reporting, plan on rear-wheel drive as the default and a version of the 2027 Corvette 6.7 liter V8 marketing around 500 horsepower in SS spec. Let me say that again, 500 horsepower in the base SS. And there is real hope that Chevrolet will also bring back the supercharged ZL1 and the track focus Z28, which would go hand to hand with the Mustang Dark Horse SC and the Mustang GTD. Speaking of the Mustang, that rivalry is absolutely back on table, and the timing could not be better. Mustang sales have been climbing after years of decline. Ford's pony car finished 2025 on a positive note and is up by wide margins so far in 2026. Buyers are clearly still thirsty for that kind of car. Chevrolet would be walking into the market that is ready and waiting for a real Ford versus Chevy battle. And if there is anything this industry needs right now, it's exactly that comparison. So let's look at the factory math that makes sense of this. And now here's something people are not talking about enough. The business case for bringing back Chevy Camaro is not just emotional, it is practical. And it's coming down to factory capacity. The 2026 Cadillac CT4 and CT5 are currently producing at the Lansing Grand River assembly plant in Michigan. But when the CT4 ends production in June of this year, that facility will be down to building just one vehicle. One. You cannot run a full assembly plant on one model efficiently, right? The economics do not work that way. So what does GM do? They amortize the development cost of the new CT5 and the retooling cost of the factory across 3 vehicles instead of one, a new CT5, a new Camaro, and that unnamed Buick 4-door, according to Automotive News reporting. One reason that Buick even exists in this equation is because a CT5 and Camaro alone would not take up enough manufacturing capacity. So the Buick is partly a math solution that is a fascinating insight into how car companies actually make this decision. Are you interested in Camaro coming back as an EV or V8? Let us know, friends, in the comment section. So let me spend a minute on the Buick because it deserves its own conversation. A rear-wheel drive biased Buick sedan would be the brand's first such vehicle in more than 30 years. The last true rear-drive Buick was in 1996 Roadmaster, and the automaker has not offered anything resembling a sporty car since the Regal was discontinued in 2020. Right now, Buick's entire lineup is crossovers, 4 unibody front-wheel drive biased SUVs, that's it. A proper performance sedan would be a completely different statement for Buick, and there is real history to lean into here. We are talking about the Wildcat and the GSX from the 60s and 70s. We're talking about the Grand National and the GNX from the 1980s. Those cars had real street credibility. A new Buick with turbocharged or supercharged V6, or better yet, a proper V8, could remind people why this brand used to mean something. A manual transmission is probably too much to ask for, but let me tell you, if Buick somehow delivered one, that would be an automotive headline heard around the world. If Buick delivered manual transmission. Now, there is a morale here. So here's what I want you to take away from all of this watching this video, friends. The automotive industry has a habit of chasing trends so hard that it forgets what made people fall in love with cars in the first place. Speed, sound, style, the feeling of putting your foot down and having something respond with real authority. The Camaro going away was a symptom of an industry that got ahead of its customers. And this revival, if it happens, the way the evidence suggests it will, is a signal that GM is listening. Rear-wheel drive, a Corvette-sourced V8, a real showdown with the Mustang. That is not nostalgia. That is a product plan. The lesson here is simple. You can discontinue a car. You cannot discontinue the desire for one. So if you have a desire for Chevy Camaro coming back, friends, let us know in the comment section before. So before I let you go, guys, I want to hear from you. And I'm sure a lot of people would like to hear what you generally feel. If the Camaro comes back in 2027 with 500 horsepower, V8 and rear-wheel drive, does that make you want to buy one? Possibly. Or has the crossover market already won you over for good? Friends, let us drop your answers in the comment section below. And here's my second question. Which variant are you most excited about? The everyday SS, the supercharger ZL1, or the truck-ready Z28 Camaro? Or maybe an electric Camaro? I would like to hear from you guys in the comment section below. This is Armen Hareyan from TorqueNews.com. Subscribe to our channel, like this video if you thought like this conversation, share in social media, and I'll look forward to hear your comments. God bless you, and I'll see you soon in our next report.